Hi, it's James here from Totally Wild UK. We're out on the marshes, the salt marshes, so the sea's just over there and we're in the marshland. And we're taking a look at something just down here called Marsh Samphire. So you find it just in these kind of open, slightly more muddy areas. And yeah, it's something we're probably all used to. You actually see Marsh Samphire on things like supermarket shelves now. You see it on loads of restaurants, loads of menus, topped on top of fish dishes, but also suits loads of different things. So it's just down here, Marsh Samphire. It's actually a pioneer species in this kind of habitat. It gets into these mud flats, its roots shoot down really quickly and start to hold the mud in place, which makes for more mud flats, and then allows things like this plant down here, sea purslane, to start to grow through, and this thing down here, sea aster and sea blight, starting to form its relationships with one another. But the key one to start it all is this one, Marsh Samphire, salicornia. There's about 30 to 40 subspecies of this one. All look very similar. They have shoots, very, very succulent. Has typically a more stringy hard stem in the middle as it gets older specifically. Some of the species are just single shoots. Some look more like Christmas trees, so they have little Christmas tree bits coming out. Some have shoots that come off with plenty of other salicornia shoots that come away. As far as I'm aware, all edible, so we don't need to be worried about confusing them with one another. They can all be eaten, and they all have this incredible salty kick to them. It's almost pure salt. When it's young like this, it won't have that thread in the middle, but as they get older and slightly larger, we grab it and you can pull it away. But for me, the bit I want to be picking are those tops. So we want to get rid of as much as the fibrous part. So we'd come in and we'd pick the tops straight off. There's a couple of different ways of picking it. In Norfolk, it tends to be typical to literally just pick the plant and take the root with it, although that's not advised. I would always pick just the tops and leave the root in the ground. That means we don't have to worry about the Countryside Act of pulling up roots. So we're just picking the tops, the bit that we're actually going to eat. But I'll say in Norfolk, they pull the roots with it. A traditional way of cooking it there would be to have hot butter, dip it into the hot butter, and then strip it away with your teeth, so you strip away that fibrous part. Or you can put it into a pickling liquor, leave it overnight, come back the next day and peel it off. The favourite way for me to serve this stuff is literally raw. So I pick these tops off, shove it on top of loads of different dishes, anything that calls for a slightly salty crunch. There's another name for this stuff, it's called glasswort. Traditionally and historically it's been used to help in the production of glass. So they would pick loads of this stuff, set it on fire, and then put it in a lime solution, and eventually you would end up with caustic soda, which is used in the production of glass. So from an ID point of view, anything we can confuse this with, as far as I'm aware, and from what I've seen when I've been out the coast over the years, I've never seen anything that looks like Marsh Samphire that isn't one of the subspecies or isn't Marsh Samphire itself. They all have a very specific look. They do actually have flowers, so they do have tiny little flowers, yellow flowers that come out here. Up the stem, you can't really see them, and they do produce seeds as well, but you can't really see the seeds either. You can buy the seeds. In theory, you bought the seeds and went around a marshland and threw them around, I'd imagine they'd grow. But they produce so many seeds that when the water comes in, washes over it, it'll pull the seeds and spread it as far and wide as you can imagine. That's it, a fantastic coastal ingredient. We should grab our baskets, head to a bit of marshland near us if we can, and grab some of our own wild Marsh Samphire. We do need to be a little bit wary of not over harvesting on marshland. A lot of it is protected, so only pick what you need and really enjoy it.